So, the semi-finals, game 1 of the Crawley PC, and I'm against Perish again. And I've taken all my Perish counters off the team, apart from Dragontail. So this time I've learned from my Swiss round, and I'm leading with Scrafty. But he doesn't actually lead with Gengar at all. So here, I expect the Thundurus to switch out into Gengar to take the fake out. So I actually double up onto the Thundurus with a Sludge Bomb and a knockoff. And he turns out that he stays in, goes for the Thunderbolt, and is actually a Life Orb version. So, this Sludge Bomb, right there, and this knockoff is enough to KO this Thundurus. So that is really nice, straight away. I'm going to be put to sleep with the Spore onto the Scrafty, that was obvious. But I was expecting the Gengar to come in, so I wanted as much damage onto it as possible. But end up getting a KO on Thundurus, which I will take. So, here comes the Gengar. So, he hasn't got Shadow Tag yet. I'm going to switch out into my Landorus. 1, because it threatens the Earthquake onto the Mega Gengar, and 2, I can bluff the U-turn out of the Perish Song. So, having Landorus in is a much better Pokemon than Venusaur. So there's Mega Evolution, obviously wasting time because he doesn't need Shadow Tag at all for Perish. There we go. So, he just goes straight for the Perish Song. And Scrafty's going to have a guaranteed sleep turn this turn, so it won't be doing anything. And this could have gone very badly if he spored the Venusaur, but he just went for Giga Drain on Scrafty, which actually turned out to be very crucial. Because, here we go, there's the Perish Shout. He's obviously just going to protect this turn. So he protects the Gengar, he protects him. No, do he protect the Moongus? I protect my Landorus, expecting to protect. No, the Protect Spore, that's what I expected. Because that was quite obvious to avoid the Earthquake, yeah. So there we go, I stay asleep for the second turn and there's the Spore. So here, he has to switch out his Gengar, because if he doesn't, it's going to be KO'd by the Earthquake. But I still go for Earthquake, because given his team, Earthquake still hits everything. So in comes the Politoed, but because of that chip damage from the Giga Drain onto my Scrafty, I actually end up KOing my own Scrafty. Which is not very good at all, because I could have had 4 Pokemon, so here's 3, and I'd have been able to switch about in the Perish, but nope. He gets to put my Landorus to sleep and gets a knockout onto my Scrafty for okay damage onto his Pokemon, but because of that, those leftovers recovery plus another Protect, he'll probably be out of range of another Earthquake. So here, bring in Venusaur, and he's got to switch his Amoonguss to Gengar this turn. So I would have Earthquaked again if I was still awake, but I have to switch my Landorus because it will go down to the Perish otherwise. So quite an obvious turn this one. I expect the Amoonguss to switch out. I also expect Politoed to protect here. I still go for the Giga Drain on switch. Sludge Bomb wouldn't do that much. But he doesn't protect and he lets me knock out his Politoed. So that's very nice. He's down to 2 Pokemon against my 3. So if he Perish Songs, then he's got to knock out 2 of my Pokemon manually without the Perish. But here, he goes for the Rage Powder, and he goes for Perish Song when he only has 2 Pokemon left against my 3, which is quite strange. Because now he does need to knock out 2 of my Pokemon, but here I make a mistake. I should have gone for Skydrop, 100% should have gone for Skydrop, but I wanted to see how much the Wild Charge would do to Gengar, and I expected a Spore from Amoonguss. So he takes away my Wild Charge and the Sludge Bomb. He's got Citrus Berry as well, so he survives for even longer. And he gets good damage onto my Thundurus because of the recoil. Because here, I also make another mistake. I should have just ignored the Gengar. I don't need to attack the Gengar, because Amoonguss is the slowest thing. If I'm left with Venusaur against Amoonguss and Perish ends, then he wins. So I shouldn't have Wild Charged this Gengar at all, because that does so much recoil to me that it puts me down into the range of another Wild Charge KO on myself. So I'm actually helping him out here by getting enough recoil to KO my own Thundurus. And there's the Rage Powder, preventing any damage onto the Gengar. It doesn't really matter, Amoonguss just needs to survive for the end of the Perish, and Thundurus knocks itself out with the Wild Charge. So that was not good, because now if he can knock out my Landorus in the back in 1 turn, he's going to take it because of the Amoonguss. And I also forgot that I was put to sleep with my Landorus. I was expecting to just protect this turn and win, but I'm asleep. I can't protect. I hadn't taken a sleep turn. So here, if he knocks out my Landorus, he wins the match. If he doesn't knock out the Landorus, I win the match. So there's the Shadow Ball. Got to double up onto this Landorus. That's decent damage. Because he's obviously a bulky variant for the Perish. Useless Giga Drain, doesn't matter. His Giga Drain leaves my Landorus on 7 HP. So if that would have got the knockout, he'd have won, but it didn't. It was very close. And he ends up KOing himself from his own Perish. So that was quite close. Closer than I would have liked it, and I could have easily prevented it with the Sky Drop. But I wanted to see how much damage Wild Charge would do, and I expected Spore rather than Rage Powder. But there we go. Managed to take game 1 very close. And on to game 2.